Hi everyone, Amy here, and I have a brand new layered stencil card to share with you today, and I'm so excited. This is the new Layered Bands stencil. This is one of the new stencils from the September release at A Colorful Life Designs, and I do have a coupon if you shop, so be sure to use the code AMYFAN10 at checkout and save on your complete order. Here's a photo of the finished card, and I'm so pleased with how it turned out. So I'm going to show you how I made it. I'm going to start with the first layer of the stencil, and I have it kind of butt up right to the left edge of my card base, and I am working actually on a panel, sorry, not a card base. And I have this myriad of colors that I'm going to pull from the new Beach Retreat collection from Catherine Pooler, and I decided I want to come in kind of darker on the edges and leave it more light in the center. It kind of gives it a little bit of a natural highlight and gives it almost like a rounded appearance. You can see my ink blending isn't the greatest to start off to the right. It's kind of blotchy, but I do kind of come in and add more ink, and then it does dry back a little bit more even. So I'm just kind of masking off the openings below where I'm working. Another solution to this, you could use pixie spray to kind of hold it in place to make it a little easier for you, but I didn't really struggle. I didn't find it too difficult to kind of do it this way. So I'm just using this low tack mint tape and the magnets just to kind of work my way down the panel. And I kind of have a color scheme in mind, sort of. I really just wanted to use these new colors and play with them. So I'm kind of just working through, kind of figuring I'll do like a lighter and a darker of most of the colors, but I'm coming in with this light purple color from the Beach Retreat collection and doing the same thing, darker on the sides and lighter in the center to give it this nice highlighted look. Now, I don't know if you've had a chance to check out the September release yet, but it is really fun. There's really cool geometric stencils like this one and some fun just, anytime use stencils, but there are a ton of baby related stencils, which is really unique. There's some really cool designs. So if you need to make any baby cards, then definitely check out the rest of this release because there are just so many fun and unique stencils in the shop to choose from. So I'm just kind of working my way down. Honestly, they're spaced out quite a bit with the fact that this is layered, so it wouldn't be too hard to kind of fill in these spaces without going to the other. So you might not even honestly need this masking tape while you go through this process, but I just found it was easy enough to lay it down and make sure I didn't, mess it up. So there I was considering using green, but then I decided to come in more with this warm pink color instead. So same thing all the way down, darker on the edges, highlighted in the center, and then I will come back ultimately with the second layer in just a moment here, and then kind of work my way down with similar colors, just of a different depth of color. So I'm going to remove this. Now this would be cool on its own, but then you have this added layer here, and you can see it kind of overlaps and leaves some white spaces, which I think is really cool. So it doesn't butt right up to the next color. It kind of leaves a white strip in there, which I think is a really cool design element. So this actually was probably one of my favorites when I got to see this new release because, for one, you guys know I love her layered stencils. They're so fun and unique, and there's a million in the shop. But just the fact that this was geometric, and I could see so many different ways of using this. I don't know, like making a cool geometric kind of water feel for a background, or just kind of flipping them around and using them in all different ways and making kind of like a funky plaid. So you'll see there's another card that I made for this month using this stencil, and it's very versatile. It's one of those that you can tell you can kind of switch it up and create a whole bunch of different looks with just this one stencil. So this is a fun one to have for sure. I got a little crazy. This ink pad was really juicy. I can kind of see that it kind of seeped under the stencil in spots, so I'm kind of bracing myself for that mistake when I do the big reveal, but I just keep trucking on here. I have this pretty orange color, and I'm kind of coming heavier handed. These are deeper colors, a little bit more vibrant, so I'm coming in pretty heavy handed on this second application of inks as I move down the panel here. So that is going to finish this. There's only a few openings on the second layer, but I'm just going to remove this masking tape. Oh, here I decided I want to come in with the red and kind of amp up this last bar a little bit more and kind of tie it in with the color above it. So I was able to use most of this Beach Retreat collection, if not all of them, on this panel, and the colors just worked so beautifully together. So I reveal here this gorgeous panel, and I'm very excited. I love that glint highlight down the center. It looks almost metallic, kind of gives it a little bit of faux dimension. But I do have those mistakes where the ink was really saturated and kind of went under the stencil. But have no fear, I'm going to cut this panel down. I have my well-loved stitched edge rectangle dies from Paper Rose. So I'm just going to cut this panel down a little bit smaller than A2 size, so that will leave a nice white border on my card, which will tie in nicely to the white stripes throughout the design. And then it also enables me to get rid of those little ink blobs on the side that were a mistake. So here I'm flipping through my sentiment book to figure out how I want to finish the card. And I have all these cool label stamps. I have some in Spanish, some in English, and then I decide I want to go with one of these Spanish ones. So this Eres Fabuloso is you are fabulous, and I love you on the inside. So I'm just going to attach this with some tape runner here and put it on the front of this A2 size card base. It's 110 pound Nina Classic Crust Solar White, and I am going to kind of angle that first sentiment here, the longer one, that says you are fabulous, on the front, kind of following the contour of the line. So I wanted it to not be straight on purpose. I wanted it to kind of follow the design. So I'm just lining it up right along that white stripe on the bottom of the panel towards the lower right. And then I'm just going to use some liquid glue to attach this I love you on the inside of the card. So that's going to finish the design. It does have that extra layer, so you could do this right on a card base if you wanted to, but I do like that finished edge. Oh, and I did come in with these crystal bubbles. These are from Doodles Paper Playground. If you're not familiar, she has tons of cool embellishments and like little shaker bits. She has all these gorgeous mixes that are great for shaker cards and putting embellies all over your cards. So it's another awesome small woman-owned business. So I will link these below in the video description box, but be sure to check out her shop. She's got tons of cool stuff. So this is maybe one of my favorite cards that I made for this whole release. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you like how it turned out? Do you like to use layered stencils like I do? So I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.